Hi, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the High Level Release Radar, where we recap all of the new releases from the week. Yet another Friday, Ryan.
Yes, sir. It's been a busy week. It's not even over yet, but lots of really fun stuff happening. We're having a blast.
Totally. Let me get us live into the Facebook group. But as always, if you can see us and you can hear us, please say hello in the comments. We love to see the little notification pop up when we get a new comment. I don't see our stream pop. Here we go. All right, we're going to share that into the main group, High Level Official Community, and we are going live. All right, awesome. We've got quite a few releases from this week, Ryan. We were just talking before we hit record about how many back-end releases there were this week. I mean, there were probably,
Fun.
20 to 30 like back-end stuff
Yeah.
that was way over my head that just means faster and more secure.
Yes. Yeah. Tons of, as you can imagine, that everything's really interconnected. There's tons of servers involved, and the communication between them is getting way more reliable, way faster.
Yeah, exciting to see as always, although I don't understand most of it. Dan from Spain, happy Friday to you. Thanks for checking in. How's Spain this time of year? I know the US is having crazy weather, like snow in Florida and stuff. It's actually pretty chilly here in Mexico. Steve, we got a thumbs up from Steve. Where are you checking in from, Steve? Aside from YouTube. Nice to see you, though. What do you say we hop into some releases?
Let's do it.
All right, first release of the week. Oh, this one was pretty cool. I didn't even know this was coming. Blogs got social share functionality. You want to walk us through how this works?
So if you've ever created a blog before, particularly on YouTube, on WordPress, there's a lot of different plugins that allow you to directly share that post to a social media platform. This gives you that functionality right within the blogs feature of HighLevel. One part of this that I did not highlight in this, which was a mistake on my part, which is that you can change the look and feel of all this. Some of the early feedback that we got was, we want the 90s to stay in the 90s. So fear not, you can customize these icons to look almost however you want. So
nice.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Yeah. So you're reading a post, somebody likes it, boom, they just click it. And I think it even pops up with like a snippet or something, and just makes it easier to share to socials.
Exactly.
So very cool. Ryan, today's one of those days, and I'm pretty happy. Sometimes we go live and it's like crickets, and then other times comments are just flying in. So we got Paul up in Spokane, Washington, which is awesome because Austin from High Level, don't know if you've seen him. If you've been to one of our events, you've probably seen him. Really big dude with a beard. Goes by Love Note on the karaoke mic. He also lives in Spokane, so nice to see that. He'll be excited when I tell him that somebody checked in. We've got David checking in from San Diego. That's Ryan's neck of the woods.
Yeah. I was down there last weekend.
Nice. I'm sure it's lovely, as always. We've got Keith checking in. Unusually dry. PNW. Where's PNW? Not sure.
Pacific Northwest.
Okay, there we go. Ryan bailing me out as always. Nice to see you, Keith. And we've got Marketing Suite checking in. Cheers to you. Cheers to you. Let's keep it coming. I love it. I love it when it's one of these Fridays. Let's check out our next release. We got some WordPress enhancements. I see a lot of notes for this slide. So I'm gonna let you run through that, Ryan.
Yeah. So the basics here are that we've cleaned up a lot of the backend billing and rebilling configurations for SaaS mode in particular. So all the plans line up. So essentially, if you've been managing different types of configurations for WordPress hosting, what you're offering your clients, what they pay for, what you would pay for as an agency, you've got a lot more capabilities there to manage all that stuff.
Yes. Hopefully everybody's aware that you can host WordPress websites inside your HighLevel account. We do it through a partnership with rocket.net, and it's world-class WordPress hosting. Super fast. The price is insane. We even have an unlimited plan if you host a lot of sites. But yeah, if you haven't checked it out, do it. It's super easy to migrate, copy your site in. You just run a plugin, sucks the whole thing over. And now you don't have another place where you need to go log in when you need to manage your WordPress website.
Yeah.
So very cool to get some updates there this week.
And I have, just as a side note, I've personally done this for my wife's blog, moving from WP Engine to HighLevel. And it was super easy. I got a 4-point speed boost.
Love it.
So, it's quick and it's easy.
Fantastic. There you go. First-hand feedback
Mm-hmm.
from Ryan, who we may or may not be able to trust. I trust him. Steve checking in. Steve is in St. Louis. How's the weather up there, Steve? Nice to see you. My only friend, Paul, is also checking in. Very nice to see you, Paul. I love it. Look at this. We're just crushing the comments today.
We're going to get a bonus this week.
I know, from Brandywine, Maryland. Nice to see you, Crystal.
I've driven through there.
Yeah, I'm sure it's lovely. Let's check out our next release from the week. We have a revamp to the sub-account creation flow.
Yeah, so I didn't go through all this because there's a lot of form filling and so forth, but just rest assured that it looks a lot more cohesive. We'll get into some of that stuff later in the presentation. But yeah, nice little update there. It looks way better.
Yeah, looks great. Love it. Hopefully everybody sees in the GIF there, you've got all these industry snapshots that you can start with, which our team adds to weekly. So if you haven't checked those out in a while, there are quite a few of them, and they come with a very robust suggested startup guide as well, which could be helpful if you're new. Paul's got a great point about our WordPress hosting. Matt Mullenweg, the owner of WordPress, doesn't have an issue with Rocket, which is kind of a funny inside joke if you're in the WordPress world. There's a lot of drama going on over there. Sam's checking in from India. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for staying up, Sam. Appreciate that. Let's check out what our next release of the week is. The new Launchpad. This is insane. This was a huge project. Ryan, tell us what's been going on here.
So a lot of work on the back end for this. Our team has been creating a lot of videos around it. So the idea here is that we're revamping the entire onboarding experience as you're getting a new account. And this is starting, I believe, with the $97 accounts, and it will obviously expand as everything always does. And so this walks you through each and every step with a video. It's totally white labeled and everything as well. That shows you how to set up specific things as you're in your onboarding journey. So I think this will be incredibly helpful. There's one more screenshot here just showing the side view, but it'd be incredibly helpful for new users to kind of get oriented to the platform instead of just having a checklist.
Yeah, totally. I think Launchpad was something that we originally rolled out a few years ago now. And I think we would all agree it was ready for a refresh. And so, one of the product teams has really gone deep, spent a lot of time working with our success teams, thinking through what are those initial things that people need to do when they first come into the platform. So to be clear, as Ryan mentioned, this is currently only in new $97 accounts. So if you're looking for it, you're like, why don't I see it? That's why. If you haven't signed up this week on the 97 plan, you won't see it. But this is sort of in a beta. If everything looks good, this will roll out sort of universally in the near future here. But what I'm really excited is the way that they built this out. They built it on new rails, so to say, right? So that eventually it will get to the point where if you're in SaaS mode, maybe even on 297, you'll be able to control this yourself and sort of build in your own Launchpad items or maybe rearrange them. All that sort of stuff is in play now that we've rolled out this new skateboard of this new Launchpad. So really exciting stuff. We've got Sam's really excited about it as well. Love it. Yep, it's looking really good. It's hot off the press. So we're just getting initial feedback right now, but I'm really excited for where that's going to go. Next up, dashboards and reporting got an update with widget suggestions, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. So this is another, sort of evolution. It will get even more granular based on the type of business and so forth, where we're giving you real suggestions based on different functions within the company. And yeah, that'll get better and better. But it's nice to have, instead of having a blank slate, you kind of have like, hey, if you're sales and marketing, you're doing this. If you're just working with accounting, you might want to just look at this. So it gives you a good starting point.
Yeah, definitely. I've been receiving a lot of really great feedback about the custom dashboards lately. We were at an event last week and heard from several folks how much they love it, and especially that you can embed into widgets. So if you've got most of your data in HighLevel, but you're like, oh, we also do this thing over here, and it would be awesome to have those metrics right alongside everything else, you can do that. You can iframe it in, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's check out our next release of the week: autocomplete addresses in order forms now.
Yeah. So this works. You're seeing the order form within an actual form, but it also works within the form element now within a funnel or a website page. So again, this is, if you've ever used any other platform where it's like enter in your address, you start filling it out. This actually hits the Google API, a Google Maps API, and then pulls in that data to suggest the address. Very, very minimal cost for this. I think the real value is that you don't have to go and get your own Google API key and hook everything up. It just works automatically. So go ahead and check that out. But all the settings are right there.
Sweet. I love it. Let's check out our next release from the week: Social Planner statistics for all platforms. This was huge. So we've been waiting for this one. We had stats for a few of the platforms. Now we have them for all, so you can track your progress and your likes and your best performing content and all that.
Yeah, a couple more screenshots here just for fun. But you can do the overlay, and then there's this great speedometer, and some line charts. So if you like charts, I mean, this is your day.
Yeah, totally. I mean, who doesn't love more data? And yeah, Social Planner getting more and more robust. If you haven't tried it to schedule out your social content, you should check it out. Again, you can schedule buckets of content, basically build an automated social calendar, which is very, very cool. All right, our next update from the week: documents and contracts. You can now reorganize the document pages, which I could see being very handy in certain situations.
Yeah, you design it out and you realize, oops, I got a blank page there. I want to move that to the bottom, rearrange the order. You can just do that with a simple drag and drop now. So really awesome, awesome stuff there.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of people really excited about that one in Facebook. We got a comment here from Market Suite: autocomplete address, you're welcome. Worked with one of your devs on this. Well, thank you.
Amazing.
Yes, Maui in the house. You're welcome. That's awesome. I love that comment because it just showcases how accessible our team is. Let's take this opportunity to plug our daily town halls that Ryan runs every day. Pretty much, you can hop on a town hall with one of the product teams and literally see what's coming, help them shape what's coming. Really crucial to our growth is that really close connection between our customer and our team.
Yep.
Ryan, what's the URL there if people want to register?
Go highlevel.com/town hall, one word.
There we go.
Yep.
Awesome. Next update from the week: workflow's got an update. You can extract product details via join and Pluck helpers. This one melted my brain, so I'm going to let Ryan explain what's going on here.
This is essentially just manipulating data structures. So if you need words to be joined or pulled apart, this is your day, and you now have that functionality.
I did chuckle when I read Pluck. I was like, oh,
I thought it was one of those things where it's like, oh, maybe they just meant to say something different. No, that's the term. So it's a technical term for pulling, I suppose. But anyway, if you have no idea what this is, probably not an update for you. If you understand what Pluck means, today is, as I said, your day.
Awesome. Love it. Join and Pluck in workflows. Opportunities got an update. We now have unlabeled cards as an option in the opportunity view.
Yeah.
Why would somebody want to unlabel their cards, Ryan?
What's that?
I said, why would somebody want to unlabel their cards?
I don't actually really understand this as well, but it does help to streamline the information that's being displayed there. So you could imagine a scenario where like you don't need to see the label of the card, you just want to see specific details around it.
Mhm.
And then you can see it that way. And then obviously you'll have the ability to turn that on and off and the settings there in the right hand panel. The way I understand it, it's mostly for having a more concise looking card and only
Yeah.
displaying information that you care about.
I'm glad that you said that because that was my first thought too. It was like, I don't get this one. But in Facebook, there was a good reaction for it. So obviously people wanted it. I guess the gist of it is, like you said, it's a cleaner, more condensed view. So you can get like a quicker overview of what's going on instead of having to see a lot of visually distracting stuff.
Mhm.
But it is optional. So go turn it on, test it out. I haven't actually tested it out yet. So maybe I'll love it. But we want to hear if you love it. So let us know. Unlabeled cards. Kollab, is it Go Kollab? I don't even know if we know yet. We need to take a stance on that.
We do.
Got an update. We now have additional sub account permissions. This
Yeah.
one is a couple of good updates this week for Kollab.
Yep. So essentially, when you're creating your plans, you can decide whether or not that sub account can see Collab, Go Collab, and there you go. It's pretty straightforward, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have? Oh, we're gonna come back to Collab. Okay. Next up was a payments update. We have opportunities integration. So this one, I was like, oh wow, that's actually pretty convenient.
Yeah. So you can imagine like if you're working a deal like through a pipeline and you're in pipeline mode, you'd want to see
Mhm.
like, oh, like where are they with what's the status of their payments? Maybe you're on the phone with them. So all that information now gets brought right into the opportunity card. And you can actually take actions on it as well, which is super cool. So yeah, if you've been working with payments a lot and you also use opportunities, those two things are together now. You can basically do nearly everything you can do in the payments tab for that particular opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just such a huge fan of any update that enables you to do something without having to leave a section and then come back to it, right?
Hmm.
So now you don't have to leave to go launch an invoice. You could do it right from the opportunity, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
We've got some shout outs here. Wakas, hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Love and HighLevel. Thanks for checking in over in LinkedIn land. And Dave, howdy to you, sir. Hope you're having a great Friday. Let's check out our next update from the week. Client portal got an update. We have payment method subscription management. This one looks good.
Yeah. So when you log into the client portal, you now have your payment methods there. This is something we've talked about for a long time now. But now you can update, delete, add new payment methods right from the client portal.
Yeah. So here we're talking end user, right? So
Yep.
um, you've got these folks that can now log into this client portal and see what they're paying for. They can change their card on file, all that kind of stuff, which is great. And this is just getting more and more robust. I saw some folks comment on, and we'll definitely clean this up sort of in the UI to make it more intuitive. But you can turn stuff off, right? So if you when your clients are logging into the portal, if if you don't run an affiliate program, you turn that off so they don't see that tab in there and get confused. But the idea is that we make this more and more robust, give you options of what you want them to be able to see, and it's looking really nice. I think the
Yeah.
design of it looks awesome, and it's getting more robust by the day. So now they can log in and update, add, or delete their cards. Context got an update. Estimates are now available in the payments tab. This is another nice one.
Yeah. So another one of those things where we're bringing in functionality from the documents and contracts, in this case estimates, right into the contact view, so you don't have to go to a different place to see information about that contact.
Mhm. Yeah, really convenient to have all that stuff right there in that one tab, right on the contact record, so that you don't have to leave to go find what you're looking for. Another screenshot of that. Looks
Yep.
nice, really nice, I would say. Excellent. Next update is a new integration. We now integrate natively with Wave accounting.
Yeah, I didn't even know that this was a thing, but it is. And then just as a side note on the integrations front, we are full steam ahead now with the Zero team. So that integration should be coming soon as well. I know a lot of people have been waiting on it. So have we, but we are now fully engaged with their team and wrapping up the integration.
Yep, exactly. So Wave's out now. If you want your high-level invoices to sync into Wave, you can just head to integrations and turn that on. And then the big one that I think most people are waiting for is Zero, as Ryan mentioned, which is right around the corner. All right, let's see. Next up, we've got a sneak peek. Refined design language. Oh, this is cool.
Yeah, so this is not something that we were supposed to announce, just as a heads up, but this is more of an internal thing. But I thought it was really cool to highlight where our design and UX team is going. We now have sort of the version 1 of a library of a brand new design language. You'll notice that it's not remarkably different, but it's more about standardizing the look and feel of the app across every product within the app. So this is going to go a long ways. If you know anything about design and development, you'll know that this will be super helpful. Maybe a bigger example of this that happened a little while ago is when Google released their material design language. It helped to standardize the way things looked, and that improves user experience and all the rest.
Yep, this is super cool. So Uday, the new head of product design, came in and has been working with the team behind the scenes, and they've put together, like Brian said, a whole new standard that launched internally. So this isn't something that you know is public, but this is what the team now refers back to whenever they're creating something. So we'll see the whole app start to basically fall in line into one single standardized design, which I think everybody is going to be very excited about, especially Thomas. Boom. That's right. I love that Ryan included it into the talk. So shout out to the design team. Responsive certificates and improved certificate download flow rolled out this week.
Yeah, looks like I didn't align that. But at any rate, if you use certificates within the courses application, we now have a responsive display, which means that whatever you're on a phone, you're on a tablet, you're on a desktop, it's going to look nice. And then they improve the overall download flow of that as well, so that it's not as clunky as it once was.
Love it.
Yeah.
Next up, App Marketplace got an update, workflow actions and triggers for dev teams.
Yes.
This is another backend one, right? Ryan's really
this is a bit of a backend
peeling
one,
back
but
the
if
curtain
you
this
develop,
week.
what's that?
I said you're really peeling back the curtain this week.
Yeah, well, there you got to give some props here. So, but what this really does is it allows developers that are building apps within the app marketplace to build a lot more granularity into workflow actions, and what they like, total workflows, including the actions and the triggers, branches, and all the rest. So it allows the devs and the apps to be much more robust, and that's, I think, the headline for a lot of these types of updates.
Yeah, this is another cool one where it's like the rails underneath are the same ones that our teams are now using, so that all the different product teams can launch their own triggers and actions much faster, which is cool, because in the past, team would build something, then the workflow team would have to build the triggers and actions, and we'll just see more and more stuff roll out with its triggers and actions as we move forward. All right, next up, estimates and invoices got an update. They've got a new and improved editor design, and this also looks lovely.
Yeah, so this is pretty strict to a user interface update. So it just looks better, it's cleaner, easier to use.
Love it. Next up, Social Planner got an update. We have automatic. Oh, this one's awesome. So automatic media optimization. Walk us through what that means.
Right. So as you may be aware, different social platforms have different requirements for resolution, dimensions, all the rest. And it's a huge pain if you're trying to do a bulk post to multiple different ones. So now what will happen, you have this toggle here to enable it. When you upload your images or your videos, it will automatically confine, or I should say optimize, get it to what each platform needs, so that you don't get a bunch of errors. So this is V1. Like a lot of things, we'll improve it over time, but I think this is an amazing first step to making Social Planner a lot more usable with less errors to manually correct.
Yeah, I love this one. It's if you've ever used a social planner and then you can't post because your image is slightly off dimension, it's so annoying. And so
Yeah,
now this is like, yeah, just like crop it a little or whatever you need to do magically to make it fit.
yeah.
You can now turn that on, and next up it'll roll out for video too, which is super exciting.
Hmm.
Especially as didn't Instagram just change their dimensions like last week again?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
yeah. So this is a great update, just sort of the easy button. You'll see way less errors. You'll have way less friction when it comes to just posting stuff if it may not be sized perfectly for whichever social media network.
Yeah. And there's one more screenshot that just kind of shows the posting flow of that. So,
Oh, cool.
yeah.
Nice. Yeah. And it works with like carousel, so you can add multiple images. Really nicely done. Another client portal update. We've got default email templates preview.
Yeah. So when you're in the client portal in the settings there, you can now preview what all the emails are going to look like. And of course, change which template you're using for various things. But this is more focused on being able to do the quick preview to see
Mhm.
what's going on with each of the default email.
Yeah, which is lovely. I love that. You can just get a quick glance of what's going on, make sure everything's the way you want it. Very nice there. Some other enhancements that rolled out this week, voice AI. Oh, that was a big one. They made a tweak which removed some of the dead air at the start of a call.
Yeah.
And I saw folks rejoicing over that one.
Yeah, nothing worse than dead air when you answer the phone and it's like, oh, this is a robot. So
Mhm.
minimizing that a lot.
Yeah, that was a nice one. If you haven't played with voice AI yet, don't sleep on it. Go test it out. It is awesome.
Yeah.
Kollab had another update. This one was also pretty impactful. You can, when you ban somebody, you now have the ability to trash everything that they've posted.
Yes.
So that saves a ton of time. If somebody got in there, was just spamming away, you ban them, and then you got to go track down everything that they had posted and delete it. Well, now you can just do that with a single click. Pretty powerful one there. Products got an update. We have accessibility enhancements for screen readers and keyboard navigation. So this is the continuing trend. We've rolled out a few of those recently.
Yeah, lots of accessibility things coming to be as compliant as possible so that everyone can experience both the app side of things and then also the front end stuff as well.
Yep. And then two-factor authentication for email login in the marketplace rolled out. Just trying to make things a little more secure around here, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's see what Ryan's got lined up for us this week. We've got some frosty upcoming releases. How apropos for much of the US.
Sorry, Florida.
Yes. Sorry, Florida. I think, although I think it's going to warm up a little bit for the Eagles game as the Eagles go on to romp the, what are they even called nowadays? The Commanders to
Yeah.
head back to the Super Bowl this weekend. Hopefully everybody gets to watch. What do we have coming soon? A brand new dialer.
Oh my gosh.
Looks
It's a
awesome.
Christmas miracle. Yeah, so this is a precursor to the two things that I wanted to talk about. But yeah, there's a brand new dialer coming with lots of enhancements. We're not going to go over each one of them today, but
Well,
suffice
I'm
to
going to go
say,
over one of them because I think it's really cool, and maybe some folks have already spotted it. Check that bad boy out. Scripts.
well,
That's right.
there
You're going
might
to
be
be
some
able to.
more detail here in a second.
Oh, you sneaky man. You read my mind. Call scripts. This is so awesome, Ryan. What's going on here?
Okay. You're dialing, let's say just that you're going through a list, maybe you're doing some cold calling or you're following up with customers. You can now have the script that you need to be going through right in the dialer, or right to the left of the dialer. So it's front and center, and you don't have to have multiple windows open and different apps all in one place.
Yeah, this is awesome. This is something at our agency that we used, and it was really great. I forget what the product was called, but I remember in the early days saying we should build scripts in, and it was like, yeah, we will someday. We'll get there, and here we are. We're almost there. So I think anybody who's doing outbound calling, sales teams, and stuff, You guys are just going to love this, having the script right there that you can toggle between the scripts and just
Yep.
ensure that your teams are doing a better job. Love it. This is going to be awesome. Good call, Ryan. And we've got another one in here. Oh, call summary and call disposition V2. Ooh, that looks nice.
Yeah. So this is another part of the dialer. So again, when you're going through your call list, you're doing some follow-ups, you get a call summary there that's powered by AI, of course, and a much nicer looking call disposition functionality. A lot of people in the town hall that saw this were like really stoked about it, being able to have much more control and a nicer look for the call disposition. How did they go? Including custom dispositions as well as the standard ones too.
Yeah, that's a critical piece.
Mm-hmm.
Although that right there needs to be cleaned up, but I'm sure it will be before that goes live.
Yeah,
But
these are
yeah,
just designs.
this is awesome. I know that again, at the event we were at, it's funny because I feel like a lot of folks were asking about voice capability, dialing, is there a power dialer, all that kind of stuff. And so I know a lot of the HighLevel community uses the dialer and is probably really excited for a refresh. These updates look awesome. Can't wait to see scripts come through. Looks
Mm-hmm.
like Market Suite is also very excited about it. And we've got one last shout out before we head out, all the way from Germany. Stefan, thanks so much for checking in. Hopefully everything's going over there as well. One more, Bright Hand Man, more HighLevel cheat codes. I love it. So that's it for this week's show. We will see you all again next Friday. And until then, I hope you have a great week and an awesome weekend.
Take care, guys. See ya.